What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Triple Threat Talk. Jonah, episode 30.
Hell yeah.
Whoa, that's pretty cool. My name is Connor Ryan.
Jonah Newberger, and welcome back to another episode.
Another episode, Jonah. Wildcard weekend, super wildcard weekend has come and gone, and boy, super it was. 4 incredible games. One pretty interesting game, but I was stoked about it because of the Patriots. And then another blowout
That I didn't
Monday
really
night.
watch.
I'm going to be honest. We will not be talking a lot about the Texans-Steelers game. Why? Because I went to bed after the fumble recovery.
Yeah, and it was just a boring game in general.
That's
but
fair.
Hey,
I was also exhausted, so it is what it is.
Yes.
First time I went to bed around 11 o'clock for the first time in a while, and it felt
With
awesome.
sports on. That's crazy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it is what it is. We will cover the wild card weekend. We will get into the preview of the divisional round. College football playoff is this Monday, so we're going to get into that. Jonah has we have some NBA stuff and a little bit of MLB at the very end if you want to stick around for that. If you do enjoy what we do here at Triple Threat Talk, please like and subscribe, follow along the journey. Really appreciate the support all along the way so far. But to the moon, man, to the moon. Jonah, before we get into any of the games, how are you feeling after this wild card weekend?
Dude, I'm feeling good. It was a great weekend of football.
Really good.
It was a great weekend. I think there's some really, really good matchups this round that I'm excited for. Also a little nervous for some teams, but
Agreed.
I think we're finally in a playoff scenario. I think the only team that's won a Super Bowl in like recent years is the Rams. And I mean, the Broncos won in 15, Seahawks in 14, Bears 85, Texans never, Bills never,
Patriots
Niners
19, but
yeah, it's a whole new team. So
exactly.
I mean,
18.
all these quarterbacks except for Stafford have never won. So I like the new faces. It's fresh, it's new, and it's gonna be a great Elite Eight.
Yeah.
So
Final 8. I mean, a lot of these teams, if you were to say that this was their end position of the year, they'd be extremely ecstatic.
I bet if you said these were the final 8 at the beginning of the year, you'd be like, there's no way.
Yeah. But hey, to get to 8, you had to start with 16. But in reality, we started with 14 because 2 teams didn't play. Those were the Broncos and the Seahawks. We'll get into those games in a little bit. But we're going to start it off. The biggest underdog, or the biggest favorite, however you want to approach it, going into the playoffs, going into the divisional round, was the Panthers at 10.5. And boy, did they cover.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they didn't win because of Kobe Parkinson and an incredible touchdown from Stafford at the end of the game. But the Rams do pull out the victory 34-31. Jonah, talk to me. What did you see from this game?
I was kind of in and out of this game, but the Panthers, man, they put up a fight. And I think this also shows that the Rams are beatable. I know the game started out slow. Everyone's like, damn, Rams probably would run away with it. Panthers came back, took the lead.
Twice.
Twice, yeah. But, the Rams ended up playing on the end. I thought just one thing that stood out was the play calling for the very last drive for the Panthers was awful. They had, I don't remember, they had almost a minute left on the clock, or maybe, 40 seconds?
Yeah,
they had a couple timeouts, I think.
It was about like 30-ish seconds, like 35, 36 seconds, and like a timeout, I think. Can't remember exactly.
They just, instead of just throwing an 8-yard to the middle or whatever, they were trying to go for 3 back-to-back 20-plus yard bombs and didn't complete any of them. I thought the play calling with it, they had at least 1, maybe 2 timeouts at the end there. And I just thought the play calling was really bad. I'm like, you only need a field goal. You don't need to get very far. You have the ball in 35. You don't need to go very far. I think the play calling, they didn't need to get it all in one play. They had enough time on the clock and the timeouts that they could have thrown it anywhere and made it a little bit easier on themselves. Ultimately, they didn't and turned it over. But, I mean, Rams won. Good for them. I still don't like the Rams, but hey, they're beatable. They're a beatable team. I don't know. We'll get to the later games, but I think the Rams are definitely beatable.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I mean, props to this Panthers team. Like with what they did, with what they had. I mean, I like if you were to say to anybody that they're coming out and going to win the division,
Mhm.
we go to the playoffs and put up a fight against probably what many people would consider a Super Bowl favorite, depending on the matchup for sure. But like one of the two top teams in the NFC on paper in terms of like at the beginning of the postseason
Mhm.
in the Rams, and also going into it with literally everybody saying that it's just going to be a pure blowout and everything like that. 10.5 point underdogs. And they respond with probably the best game that they've had all season.
Mhm.
In terms of like a collective unit, like the defense was like stepping up, especially in the second half. It definitely felt like that there were times where like I don't think that there was ever a time where I'd say like I feel more confident in the Panthers getting a stop than the Rams not getting a stop or
Mhm.
than them going down. But there were plenty of times where it was like the pressure was there and they just created the opportunities. Sure, some of them slipped away, but like in terms of a overall effort, that was one of the best that the Panthers really could have put together. And the unfortunate truth was it was just they left a little bit too much time for Stafford to be Matthew Stafford. I know a lot of the players on the Ram side after the game were talking about we're all good. We got 9. All I could think about with JJ was JJ McCarthy. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
hell of an effort from the Panthers. And I do agree with the play calling. I think a lot of it was just like they kind of knew that they wanted to save, I think, the timeout at least for the field
For the
goal.
field. Yeah. But I feel like they had enough time to go up and if you throw a little 9-yard out route, even just up the middle, you can go up and spike it after a first down.
Yeah.
There was enough time. It wasn't like there was 18 seconds.
No, I
They
know.
had a handful, and they just needed to get, I don't know, like what, 30, 40 yards only? I know
Yeah,
that's a
probably.
lot, but I mean, just for a field goal, I mean, I just feel like the play calling could have been a little.
That's fair.
Yeah. But exciting game. Turned into a really good ending. But yeah, Rams. On to the next one.
Yeah. And Jonah, go ahead.
Oh boy, what a game. The Bears they started out great. The first drive of the game, they went 14 plays, like 6, 7, 8 minutes long, end up with a field goal. And you're like, great. Would have liked to have got a touchdown, didn't. And then something Jordan Love he was making the right play, the right throw, and they went up 21-3. I was like, oh my God, this game is over. I truly thought that in the second quarter. I'm like, this is over. And then I'm like, well, let's see what happens. I texted my friend. I had a friend at the game. And I was like, don't worry, they'll come out in the second half. They'll get a touchdown, stop and a touchdown. And before we know it, it'll be, 21-17. Obviously that didn't happen right away. I was like, but hey, we have fourth quarter Caleb Williams. And my oh my, is fourth quarter Caleb Williams something special.
Pretty good.
I think ended up throwing for 200 plus and 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter alone. I'm still in awe that they won that game. To be honest, it's, they got the field goal. You're like, okay, 21-6, and then they come out. You get a touchdown. I think it was it 13-21, 21-13? I think it
When they had
was.
the touchdown, I think it was
Yeah.
like
Well,
28.
no. When the Bears got their touchdown,
The one to Zacchaeus.
the first one that they got. Yeah.
Oh, the Swift one. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
21-16 because it was they had 9 points on there.
And you're like, okay, like they can make a run, and then they go down and get a touchdown. And you're like, shoot. I think they had already missed a field goal prior, and then they scored a touchdown. Like, wow,
In
this
the
is over.
first quarter.
Missed the extra point. You're like, wow, this is his second missed kick. They go down, get another touchdown. I think did they go for 2 on that one? No,
Who, the Bears?
the
On the
Bears.
second one they did.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was
Zacchaeus
20?
touchdown, and then so that would have made it 24-27.
Mm-hmm. And then
He
they go down, miss the field goal.
Yep, missed the field goal.
And then the Bears go down, and Caleb Williams 4th and 8, season on the line,
What a play.
rolling left, getting chased down, almost a sack. He's getting hit in the ankles. He's flying, hits the Jumpman logo pass to Rome on the sideline. You're like, my God, Caleb is him. Go down, then I think they score the game-winning play on a fake screen pass and had DJ Moore wide open. Funny, they got that play, if you saw.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw that from
I saw.
Washington ran it against them early in the year. Dude, Caleb Williams, man, 361 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he's the Iceman. I mean, it was amazing to see. That stadium, my friend was at the game. He said it was rocking. Whole city was crazy. I had some friends who were like, I wasn't going to go out tonight. The Bears won. Everyone's going to celebrate. What a win. Even if they lose next game, this season is success. You knocked the Packers out of the playoffs, won the division, beat the Packers twice, won a playoff game for the first time since 2011. What a game. Just what a game in the Windy City.
Can I tell you a quick observation real quick that I've done just a quick little math thing on? To both back and also to kind of showcase a slightly concerning issue with Caleb in the regards of his first 3 quarters. He went 14 of 27 with 177 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Granted, both of those picks were they were bad. One
Correct.
was tipped at the line, and one, the receiver didn't run the correct route.
That's
stopped
fair.
running. But yes, 2 picks.
His fourth quarter, 10 of 21, 184 and 2 touchdowns.
Iceman.
Yeah.
Coming alive.
Yeah.
Do you see Ben Johnson in the locker room after the game?
Jonah, you don't think I see your clips, do you? You don't think
I don't know. You never react to them. I don't know.
I do, actually. I like them all. I like all of them. I like all of them at once because I watch all of them at once.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he fucking hates the Packers.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
Which I saw people in media kind of talking about that. I love it.
I love it. Everyone's like, you should apologize. No, he shouldn't.
And Lombardi hated each other back in the day. And I understand, obviously, it's like the whole like PC shit, but it's like, this is sports. It's not like we're supposed to be best friends with everybody.
Yeah, dude. Screw that. I love it.
As much as, okay, here's a perfect example. As much as I think this guy isn't like that good of a basketball player, one thing I love about Udonis Haslem is he has always hated. He always hated Paul Pierce and KG.
Mm-hmm.
It was never a respect thing. He respected them as athletes and as players, but he never respected them as humans.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how much of a rivalry there was with the Heat and the Celtics back in the days. And honestly to the 2020s. But that was like Brown and Tatum, and Haslam always talked about how he was good with them. But I love whenever 2 teams just hate
I love it,
each
dude. They gotta, it's the rivalry. It's been there for 120 years. Gotta keep it alive. And I love it. And then Caleb just grating the cheese at the end.
That was cool.
On the desk. That was just cherry on top, man.
Yeah.
Whole city was there. Dude, it was, what a game.
I was in the same spot as you. I was ready to turn off the TV at half. The only reason we didn't is because I was watching it with AJ and one of his best friends, and his friend had money on it. So I said, all right, we're watching. And
you might have witnessed one of the greatest,
not might have.
The second biggest comeback in playoff history since Brady 28-3. Pretty cool, but that was one of the best wins in Chicago Bear history right there.
I think it's a top 3 most important victory in Bears history.
Just where the team 85, is currently,
but I think in terms of where this team is, where they were going, the chance,
how they turn around, just
the turnaround, but specifically who it was against.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in like if the Patriots had this happen, it would be against the Bills. If it was for the Chargers, it would probably be against the Broncos. For like
any sport, it's like this is like Red Sox.
For the Red Sox, it's the Yankees. For the Celtics, it's the Lakers.
Yeah.
You can't write the story of football without the footprint of these 2 teams having a major chapter in the story. Literally, we're talking about Lombardi Trophy as the main goal, and we're talking about Vince Lombardi, former coach of the Packers. We're talking about 2 of the most original teams in sports history in the U.S. teams. This is history here.
Yeah.
And the battle that we saw last Saturday, that was probably one of its greatest chapters.
Yeah.
For sure.
I saw a funny stat that said the Bears did not take a single snap on offense this season against the Packers where they led in the game.
I did see that, yeah. Yeah.
And they won twice.
Yeah.
And the one that they lost, like every single game was great.
Verge of winning.
Yeah. It was a one pass from winning. They won an OT on the game-winning touchdown the second time, and then they had the crazy comeback this time. And what a game, dude. I was up till 2 a.m. I couldn't go to sleep, dude. Oh my gosh.
Dang.
What a day. It was a great win. Happy the Bears won. But yeah, I mean, bear down.
And then you got to wake up to a full day of football.
Yeah, I did. Yes.
So let's kick it off. Bills versus the Jaguars. Bills win 27-24. Did you see that the Shavers guy, that wide receiver for the Bills, tore his ACL in the middle of the game?
I thought, yeah. Well, I thought it was Davis.
No, it was Shavers. Tore his ACL, played the
rest
of the game.
Davis left the game hurt.
He left the game hurt, but not with a torn ACL.
I thought he blew up his knee as well.
I don't know, but Shavers came back and played.
That's nuts.
He played 22 snaps in the second half. Keon Coleman played a total of 27 snaps.
Wow.
So, but Superman was Superman, and he needed to be because
against Goldilocks.
Exactly. The Goldilocks and those Bears we're hunting. But Josh Allen was Josh Allen. It was as simple as that.
It started off a little slow.
Very slow. Extremely slow. Some would say.
Jags went up. I guess they weren't really up. It was 7-3 for a minute, and the Bills got the
touchdown. Then they missed the field goal and going into half. But then it ramped.
You did. Every game kind of started bad, at least the first 4 games, and then the fourth quarter in every one of those first 4 games was just, oh my gosh.
I think what really opened my eyes with this game, and I knew about his durability, obviously, but the only way to take down Josh Allen is either he has to blow up his knee or his Achilles, or he has to get shot. Tony Roman was bringing this up during the broadcast, especially right after it happened when he threw the ball and then his finger like bent all the way back on the guy's helmet, and Roman was like, "That's going to affect the game."
Yeah, you could tell it was for a little bit. Yeah,
and it did for a little bit. And then he has like the massive hit after the touchdown where like it looks like his ribs are like it looks like he was grabbing his ribs or something.
Mm-hmm.
But just the resilience of that guy to follow through regardless of Boston College lost by 24. Nice. But the resilience of that guy to continue to fight for his team, continue to work his ass off, and to show up in the biggest of situations. Like, I understand. First off, I understand I'm a Patriots fan, but my respect and love of Josh Allen is very much there. So, yeah. I also understand the factor of he's never made the Super Bowl. He's obviously never won the Super Bowl. He has the most playoff wins in NFL history without a Super Bowl appearance. I understand the stats.
Mm-hmm.
But he is such in terms of a singular talent in the game of football, there is no one higher than Josh Allen. I understand the ability Mahomes has. I would say that's more so his mental ability as well. I think if you were to if I were to have like a single skill in the NFL, I'd want the mental ability of Patrick Mahomes and just being able to like outlast anybody within a mental battle.
Yeah.
But in terms of speed, size, strength, mobility, arm power, arm accuracy, arm strength, there is nobody better than Josh Allen. I don't like the hypothetical.
I'm just saying it was Gabe Davis injury.
I was thinking of a completely different. Yes, he did blow out his knee as well. Yes.
Yeah. Look at what I just sent you. Look how bad it is.
I'm not going to look at it right now.
It's just a picture.
I don't care. Basically, though, it's just like you can't be out of the battle if you have Josh Allen on your team. It's as simple as that. He's so good, really impressive. Has a test coming up for sure, but with what he did against Jacksonville, unreal. Also, Jacksonville, you cannot leave Khalil Shakir that open at the end. Too much space for a guy, too much time, whatever. Jonah, thoughts?
No, I agree. It also just sucks that the very last play or the last drive for Jacksonville, did you see the picture? It's bad. His knee's destroyed. And it sucks that Trevor threw the pick. I was really hoping they'd at least get a chance to go down and get a field goal.
Yeah, that was like the really anticlimactic part. It happened.
And I hated it. Yeah, I was a little delayed. My TV was, and I got a tweet that said, Trevor Lawrence picked off. And I was like, really? I'm still on the kickoff. I was like, great. Like, they're just running off the field. I was like, oh, no.
That's why I have do not disturb on so much, just because of
I know. Relap. Yeah. So, but, yeah, I mean, I was kind of pulling for the Bills at the beginning and then the Jags and then back on the Bills and back on the Jags. This was just a tough game because the Pats would have had to play Jacksonville, had Jacksonville won. But again, like the Bills could be a tough test for New England in the championship game if, that happens. Yeah, so I don't know. I was kind of torn on like who I wanted to win, but
yeah,
great game. But yeah, I mean, it's playoff football.
Football. So
yeah.
The one who didn't play playoff football was the Philadelphia Eagles.
No, they did not. I did not watch too much of this game.
I watched it all, Jonah.
Okay, good, because I watched a little bit of the end while I was at the Nuggets game.
First off,
and
moment of silence real quick for George. That sucks. Damn.
Yeah. That does suck for the Niners. That's a huge blow.
Jonah, the one thing we talked about when we were previewing this game, one side of the ball specifically on one team needed to show up.
And they didn't show up.
They didn't show up.
Yeah. Philly offense.
Abysmal.
Yeah. You think A.J. Brown's out?
I think A.J. Brown is out. Kevin Patullo was already fired today, so that's good for the Eagles fans. And I think they need to address the elephant in the room. Jalen Hurts needs to be changed at quarterback.
You think so?
I don't. Unfortunately, I can't really think of who their best option would be. Maybe a Joe Burrow. That'd be crazy.
I could not see Joe Burrow in Eagles green.
I can't either, but hey, that'd be a team. That would be a hell of a team. You can't deny that.
Are you trading Jalen Hurts and for Burrow straight up?
No, and other stuff if I'm the Bengals.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I don't know. Just a thought. But I think they need to change it up. I understand, obviously.
They need a different offensive scheme. Like, it just wasn't working.
It clearly felt out of sorts all year. Like, it just didn't ever feel like they got in a rhythm. I understand there were plenty of games where they scored over 30 and whatever, but like
26 carries for only 100 yards that's like not good.
Yeah, no. Saquon Barkley
26 carries.
Saquon Barkley should have 100 yards on like 15 carries. 26 carries, he should be upwards of like 150. Especially with that O-line.
Yeah.
That was the most concerning part. Is that O-line for being as good, and I understand they were injured a bit.
They miss Kelsey, man.
They really do.
He was the glue of that team. Ever since he retired, that team has been.
True, but also Cam Jurgens is the only Pro Bowler on that O-line this year.
Yeah.
So props to him.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think it is kind of like, especially when we saw this team and you look at it on paper and you're like, how does this team lose this many games lose 6 games at the overall end of the year? And then you go hosting a home game and you score 19 points, in which reality, you had 1 touchdown.
Yeah, that's
Brock
bad.
Purdy had 4 less attempts than Jalen Hurts, 2 less completions, and had nearly 100 more yards. And guess what?
And
he didn't even have the longest touchdown on his team. His teammate, Jawan Jennings, had the longest passing touchdown. The former 4-star quarterback that was ranked above Joe Burrow in high school, Lamar Jackson.
Really?
Yeah. And
That's
Sam
insane.
Darnold.
Wow. Maybe the Eagles should trade for him.
Evidently. This Eagles defense is so good. It is flying all over the place. The team is well put together. I know that they have some interesting pieces to make choices on with the free agency coming up. I know Nakobe Dean, Reed Blankenship, and a couple other players. Got to keep this defense around, but you got to do something about this offense. I think Kevin Patullo was a big part of it and why it wasn't going as well. I also think Nick Sirianni sucks when it comes to being a head coach. I think he needs to get going. I think with a lot of a lot of franchises, you can kind of get the feel and determine like, okay, this coach clearly fits this franchise, or okay, this coach clearly does not. Mike Vrabel right now with the Patriots fits.
Ben
Ben
Johnson.
Johnson fits. I'd say DeMeco Ryans is a perfect fit right now for the Houston Texans. I can't think of another coach in that system.
Yeah.
Like Sean Payton, even with the Broncos, I think he makes perfect sense there. Like, I think there are just guys who they get on the team, you see them work with this team, and you're like, Dan Campbell, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan. I think those are three coaches of like, when I think of them.
What about the Packers guys?
No. When I think of like those guys, I'm like, all right, these teams have their coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you were to ask anybody in Philly, would they want Nick Sirianni back as their head coach and want him back long term? I don't think many
dude, you
people,
can't
if
ask
any.
Philly fans because Philly fans are just ruthless. They'll go 3-and-out in the first drive of the game and start.
I think you could say that about anybody, and I think you could
but
say
it's worse in Philly. You gotta agree.
No. I think you could ask anybody. Nick Sirianni being a good coach.
Okay, yeah.
I think majority of people.
I mean, they just won the Super Bowl last year.
I understand, but you also have to look at that team.
Yeah.
That was not a Sirianni job. That was not a McVay masterclass. That was not a Shanahan, what he's doing this year thing. That was a ton of talent being put together by a unreal offense by Kellen Moore and a unreal defense by Vic Fangio. And just mending those two incredible respective minds to those respective sides of the ball and letting them do their magic. Where's Kellen Moore? With the Saints. Where's Vic Fangio? With the Eagles still, because he knows he has a contract for life because of how good that defense is and how good he can make it. And why would he go head coach anywhere? Same thing with Robert Saleh. And Josh McDaniels. Why would they do anything but be a coordinator and be the best coordinator at their job or at their respective thing in the NFL? They've tried it. It didn't work. Stick there. I don't like the whole like, oh, we need to give him another shot. It's like Josh McDaniels has had 3. He's failed, unfortunately, at all 3. And where's he come back to? Being a coordinator for the New England Patriots and crushing it.
Yeah.
And everybody being like, who would have thought Josh McDaniels is the best OC in the game? What do you mean? That's like,
it's been like that for 15 years.
It's like saying like, oh, God is like the most known figure in history. It's like, yeah, no shit. So something has to change on this Eagles team. Props to the Niners, because that was a team that is decrepit and dead and somehow is alive.
Yeah. They're going to have a tough one next week.
Brandon Ayuk couldn't tell you where he is. Ricky Pearsall has been shot, and George Kittle can't move right now. Well, Christian McCaffrey can do everything. Jawan Jennings is a dual threat. And Kyle Juszczyk is the GOAT. Shout out Brock Purdy. He's been playing crazy well as of late. I understand the 2 picks were tough, but it is what it is. And this defense, I don't know how they're surviving. But yeah, definitely a tough test coming up. But we'll get into that obviously in a little bit.
Sunday Night Football. Probably one of the more not as exciting in terms of game.
I'll say it.
For us,
least exciting.
I think Monday night was the worst.
That's fair.
But
in terms of
win is a win.
I will say this. I think people obviously point out the Chargers and Pats game as kind of being more of the dullest game just because of the momentum the 4 previous games had given it, and then it was
Yeah.
I'm fine with that because we won.
Hey,
Patriots win 16-3.
Hell yeah.
Jonah, let's get your thoughts before I go on a month.
I was watching this game while I was at the Nuggets game. I had it on my phone. So I was able to watch most of it, and I saw pretty much all of the fourth quarter.
Shout out Giannis.
Shout out Giannis, dude. 31, 10, and 8 that game. He's the GOAT. Hot take with the Bucks coming up later. Dude, Drake May.
What a guy.
He started out a little slow. I think
first
playoff game, Sunday Night Football. It's like big game. Offensive line looked a little shaky, but they held their own when they needed to. Obviously, that touchdown pass to Henry was a beautiful play. You saw the beautiful chip block by Henderson. Pocket, just enough time for him to lob it right over the defense.
Right over
Scored a
Derwin James,
touchdown
stretched out hand.
by literally an inch, if that. Defense played great. They were giving Herbert hell all night. Hope Gonzo can play this weekend. I know he left the game with a concussion, is in concussion protocol right now. They need him. Do you have news?
He posted, as of like an hour and a half ago, on his Instagram to a picture of him and Milton Williams in black and white to G Herbo's song, I'm Back. So I would like to assume that he will be playing on Sunday.
Dude, how did I miss this?
It like just happened, like pretty recently.
Oh, yeah, 2 hours ago. Let's go.
So
all right. If Gonzo plays, I love it.
Yeah.
Run game was looking pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the prettiest win, but it was a win. And they did what they needed to do to get the job done. They're on to the next round.
If you're worried about what your team is doing other than trying to win when you're at a wild card game or a divisional game, you got the wrong game. You got the wrong sport to fall in love with. Shaky start for Drake. Very, very well aware of that.
Just the fumbles, man. He just needs to tuck it in.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to make the play. If you're going to get sacked, just take the sack or throw it away a little earlier. But he just, and again, he's young. He will learn.
I feel like whenever you have like, especially the one that was kind of closer to the end zone, I don't really have an issue as much of that one, just because it was kind of like a true blindside, like right in the middle of his motion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The one on the other end, that one was a little bit more tough. And kind of wish he just wrapped it up on that.
But I feel like it's just he's still learning it. Like you saw Caleb Williams' progression from last year to this year with him taking sacks and not getting out of the pocket. Now Caleb took
probably the best in the league.
He took one of the least amount of sacks in the league this year. He throws the ball away when no one's open. He's not making like stupid like sacks or
he's not he's not college Caleb anymore.
Yeah, he's like
NFL.
Yeah. Except for that last play, people said it wouldn't translate to the NFL, and anyways.
What
his jump man throw?
Well, okay, hold on. That's more so Caleb Williams than I'd say than college.
No, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, but I think it would just take some learning for Drake
situation, that makes sense. Like a throw like that would make sense in that situation. But in terms of like, it was more so like if he's doing that into triple coverage where it's like obvious he doesn't have a back end side, then it's like, all right, what do we?
Yeah, and I just feel like it will just be progression. Like all these quarterbacks are just so young that they're gonna get better.
Yeah.
And they'll clean up the bad habits. And I mean, he still ended with, what did he end with?
270 something, 260 something, 268-ish, and still with like 60 rushing yards anyway on 10 carries, 65
268, 17 to 29 with a touchdown and 10 rushes for 66 yards. That is, I believe, 68 more yards than Stafford had this year or this week. I don't think Stafford had a positive rush this year or something, didn't he?
I saw something pretty interesting, and it was like passer rating for quarterback, like highest passer rating in the first round of the playoffs under pressure this year or this past weekend was Drake May with like a 125 passer rating. Guess who was in last in passer rating pressures?
Justin Herbert.
Matthew Stafford with 1.5.
That's worse than Herbert?
Yeah. Well, in pressures, like in pressured attempts.
I feel like he was pressured 30 times.
Yeah, he was.
He was pressured 39 times and 6 sacks. You
tell
me that's
No. I'm saying like passer rating specifically. So like with throwing the ball. So he like had multiple completions. Like I think what they're primarily saying and pointing out is like the stretch where Stafford did not complete a ball like in that second quarter. So, or at least a part of it. So, a huge win for the Patriots. The defense was unreal. Gonzo played like best corner in the NFL. Milton Williams and Barmore going on like literally just picking up where each other left off on every play. Shout out Clavion Chason for the sack, or for the multiple sacks and the fumble. Just what a team, man. What an effort. Huge win. I mean,
huge win.
I think I am going to talk a little bit about the Chargers. I'm not going to solely put this loss on Herbert. I'm not. But you do also have to look at it and like there is obviously part of it to blame on him. Greg Roman, who was fired today as the OC, very good choice by the Chargers. Should have been done. Glad it was done. They also parted way with their O-line coach. unshocking there because they had the 32nd ranked O-line out of 32. Is that a success to win in the playoffs? No. Fortunately, though, there are a couple factors that do need to be pointed out. Justin Herbert has the second lowest, I think, passer rating in playoff history for a minimum of 3 games. And the other is the defense for the Chargers has forced 10 turnovers in the 3 games that he has lost/played as a playoff quarterback. That is the most out of any quarterback in a 3-game losing stretch in NFL history.
Yeah, because they had 2 turnovers total, didn't they?
They had
Patriots?
3. They had the 2
So
they had
3.
the
So
2
they lost the
fumbles.
turnover battle and still won the game.
Correct.
Nice.
I'm a huge believer in Herbert. I do think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
He just needs offensive line.
Offensive line, yeah, but I think also a major part of it is he needs to step up in the playoffs. I
Yeah.
understand the O-line, but here's the thing. He played against that O-line like majority of the year. He played behind that O-line for a majority of the year, and he had plenty of games against much better defenses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, look at the game that he had against the Eagles. I understand it was in a dome. I understand like certain elements of that, but even then, like, how about this? Ready? If people want to say it was the elements in the Chargers versus Chiefs game in Kansas City, Justin Herbert went 19 of 29, 210 yards, 1 touchdown, and an interception. That is far and away a very solid performance. Is it great? No. But is it fine and solid? Yeah, it is. Probably doesn't win you this game, but it is what it is. So it's not the cold. Can't be like I understand the O-line. I do think that some of it needs to go on him.
Yeah.
But obviously not all. But that O-line needs to be. I literally texted Peter, one of my best friends who's a Chargers fan, and I said, literally, they just need to draft every position on the O-line twice and just see if they work. They're good on tackle. It literally just was the fact that Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater were out.
Yeah.
If you lock those 2 down, which they have, basically, they'll be fine. It's just now work on your interior and figure that out.
Yeah.
Defense was really good. So shout out to
Yes.
Final game, Texans Steelers. Jonah.
Didn't watch much of this game. I saw it was 7-6 early. Came back in the 4th quarter. It was still 7-6. Didn't watch. Looked back. It was 30-6. I said, what the hell happened?
2 defensive touchdowns and a Woody Marks 13-yard touchdown.
Beautiful. See, I didn't even need to watch the game.
Fair enough.
Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, he needs to retire. He needs to retire 2 years ago, 3 years ago even. He's not what he was.
Yeah.
He needs, the saying's like, leave the game before the game leaves you. Game has left Aaron Rodgers.
It's gone. The game's gone.
The game has left Aaron Rodgers.
Jamie, I'm telling you, the game's gone.
It's gone. 4 sacks, QBR of 14.3, 17 of 33, 146 yards, and an interception. It's a terrible game, dude. This team needs a whole rebuild. You see, Tomlin is out.
Tomlin's gone, but
as of today,
but hold on, I don't know.
They say he's stepping down,
which means he's still part of the organization.
Yes,
and he's doing it as media. He's going to be like a media role. But do you know what this means now in terms of other teams?
Hardball to the Steelers.
If another team wants Mike Tomlin as their coach, they have to trade for him.
Interesting.
So somebody tweeted out, and I legitimately think that they were serious with this tweet. Somebody tweeted out, trade Mike Tomlin to the Raiders for their 1st-round pick and bring Cignetti and Mendoza to Pittsburgh. There's 2 things that's wrong with that statement. 1, Cignetti is not leaving Indiana. 2, if you think Mike Tomlin is worth a 1st fucking round pick, you're delirious.
I'm about to say, and there's no way.
I was talking to my coworker at work. He said, would you trade a 4th-round pick for Mike Tomlin? I said, God, no. Because a 4th-round pick
not even a 4th round?
I would go 6th round. I need.
What about a 5th?
Maybe, depending on where my 5th position is. And if I really needed a coach.
Yeah. But Steelers, I don't even know how they won 10 games this year. They were clearly the worst team in the playoffs.
They played the Browns twice. They played the Bengals without Joe Burrow, I think, twice. They always win one game against against the Ravens.
So they beat the Jets, lost the Seahawks, had the fluke game against the Patriots, beat 9 in the Vikings, beat the Browns, lost to the Bengals once, lost to the Packers, beat the Colts in a crazy game, lost to the Chargers, beat the Bengals, lost to the Bears, lost to the Bills. Then they somehow won against the Ravens, beat the Dolphins, beat the Lions on that crazy ending game. Remember that one?
Yeah, actually.
It's like the game was over.
Yeah, who am I kidding?
Lost to the Browns, beat the Ravens.
I know exactly why. I know exactly how they won the 10 games or however many they won. They're the Steelers. They're always going to win 9 or 10 games. They're never going to win more. They're never going to win less.
No, never be better than that.
The last time they won more was when they were in the Triple B's era. And that was quite a long time ago.
And Ben, Brown, and Bell. But they need to just rebuild that team. They need a quarterback. They need a new coach. You need, honestly, receiving. DK, you did all that for DK. He comes out with 2 receptions for 42 yards on the game.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? They just have such a, if you look at their receiving core, it's just it's like if you threw all these guys who were good like a while ago on a team now.
Adam Thielen, DK Metcalf.
Adam Thielen.
Jonnu Smith.
Valdez Scantling. Yeah, it's like, what are we doing? Yeah, Jonnu Smith. Freiermuth. I'm like, what is going on?
No, it's tough.
The defense isn't awful.
No, the defense, yes and no. The defense is
it's not great. It's not bad.
But on paper,
it's there.
On paper,
TJ
it
Watt,
looks a lot better than it actually
it does.
is. Their D-line is
Cam
okay
Hayward.
because of Derek Harmon and or John Harmon? No.
Yeah, Derek Harmon,
Watt, and
Watt,
Hayward. Their linebackers aren't great. Their corners are on paper really good. They're just not that great.
You have the big names. Jalen Ramsey's kind of past he's playing safety now. Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey's playing safety?
Yeah, they moved him to safety. Yeah, isn't that weird?
Oh, that's how you know you're Unk. I'll just play out standing by the gap and light my fire.
And they put up 6 points on offense. So
2 field goals.
Have fun in Cancun, Aaron Rodgers, and
have
hopefully
fun in
Canton. Yeah, he's not playing the NFL again. There's no way.
I don't think he should.
Right? He's got to retire this offseason.
Unless
he can't move. He can't move in the pocket. You saw him rolling left one. Like, this dude, it looks like if he gets hit once, he's going to fall apart, literally. Mason Rudolph had a higher QBR rating than him this game. He threw 1 pass for 2 yards, and he had a 99.9 QBR.
Gross. I think it's the highest you can get.
No, because Jawan Jennings had 100 somehow.
Probably a touchdown.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably the worst cap to Wildcard weekend, considering how it started to how it finished. But
yeah, awesome.
Overall, still a good week.
1 game and then just up. So
yeah, just there's a reason this game was Monday night.
Yep. But Jonah, we get 4 more this weekend.
We do.
2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday.
And the timings are, I don't love the timings.
I love the timings.
I wish.
It is fantastic. Boo-hoo. You have to watch a primetime game at 4:30 in the afternoon. God.
I'm not even talking about that. It's because I have to go to the Nuggets game again during the Bears game.
Who are they playing?
The Hornets.
Is
LaMelo Ball, come on, man. Gotta see that.
Is Jokic going to play? Is Jamal Murray probably going to play?
He
didn't play the other night.
Neither did Christian Brown. And they still won.
So what's going?
Because I have the tickets. I want to go.
Sell them.
I'll try. It's the Hornets. No one's going to buy the Hornets with no Jokic.
Never know.
We'll see. But I wish one of these games was Saturday night. If this Bears game was Saturday night,
we're talking about those games yet because those are Sunday's games.
I know.
Talk about Saturday's games.
I wish the Sunday slate was Saturday. I wish they would completely flip.
That's fair, but caveat: I would rather have the factor of knowing who we might play.
Yeah, that is nice. It's like if you win, it's like if we win this game, we'll host the AFC Championship game for if the Broncos lose. But let's get into it.
Start off with that game.
4:30 Eastern. Bills at Broncos. I like the Bills here.
As do I.
Yeah.
I understand in the power of the Broncos defense. I get it.
And just, I don't think it's as good
Allen
as
is
people think.
great. Nick
The
Bean was
stadium
really
is the only
good.
thing that is
PS2
really
is
going to be
awesome.
great.
But there is only one Superman. Superman
not
is Superman
Nix.
for a reason. And it's not Bo throw mo picks Knicks, you know? Bo throw mo picks Knicks, you know? You know what I'm saying?
It's got
Anyway.
11 inners. You know, he has the most interceptions of any quarterback left.
It's the most
Don't quote me on that, I think, but it looks like it.
It's like Caleb has like 14. You're like, what? Sorry. No, I'm kidding.
Caleb has like 7.
With the Broncos, I think the Broncos are a solid team. Do I think they're a worthy 1 seed? No, unfortunately not. But I do think this team is solid.
They're solid. I just think it's the offense is the issue.
But that's it.
They just can't score more than 16 points in a game.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, and this is where I think this is the real difference maker. I understand the Broncos played in the playoffs last year. The Bills have this playoff experience with all of these guys.
You know who they played last year in the playoffs?
Who? The Bills?
Bills.
Yeah.
And they lost by like 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only difference is James Cook is better, and the game is in Denver.
That's the only difference. And I think that's going to help him a bit because that stadium gets so loud.
For sure.
It's going to be tough for Allen to call plays, but if he can get it done, and if Allen can score 21 points, if Allen get 3 touchdowns, the Bills will win this game.
I think so too.
The Broncos offense it's just not good.
I just don't trust it consistently.
No,
I
don't. I don't think Sean Payton should be calling the plays, and I don't think they're deserving of the 1 seed. They're 1.5 point favored. The Broncos are. Yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be like mid-50s, sunny. It's gonna be good, great football weather for January.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said mid-50s and sunny?
Yeah, it's gonna be like 55 this weekend. Yeah, it's crazy here. Global warming is real. It's warm. It hasn't snowed. It's snowed twice here this year. Connor's gone. It has snowed twice here in Denver in the last month and a half. Dude, it was 62 today.
Jonah, it's 38.
And that's fun. Yeah, I'm sitting at 43 with a high of 62 today.
What's your Friday temp looking like?
Ooh, Friday's a little chilly, 43.
I got clear skies and a high of 30.
What's your Thursday?
45. We got rain coming.
I got 60 and sun. I have only sun for the next 10 days.
The one thing I miss about Colorado.
Yeah, so that's good for Josh Allen.
That's huge for Josh. He's gonna be fine.
I feel like this
Give me
is
the
amazing. Bills. Yeah, I like the Bills. Give me the Bills. Saturday Night Football. I'm looking forward to this game.
It's gonna be a really good one.
Niners playing the Seahawks for the 3rd time this year.
Rubber match. Both teams 1-1. Seahawks won the end of the year. Niners won the beginning of the year.
Yep.
And because of that, advantage Niners. No, Seahawks. What am I saying? Ugh. Sorry. Advantage Seahawks, in my opinion.
Looking like 48 degrees here at kickoff up in Seattle. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Seahawks come after the long break. I know some teams love the break, and I know some teams don't. Kind of gets you out of the rhythm. I know that Niners have a lot of injuries and also just lost Kittle, and we'll see how that affects them. It's going to be super loud in Seattle, like it is going to be in Denver. Seahawks are a 7.5 point favorite in this game. So take that as you will. Yep. Wow. 7.5.
I'll be honest, a lot more than I would have guessed.
I would take the Niners with the points here.
I probably would.
This is a tough game, though. This is how I kind of felt about the Jags Bills game last week. Yeah, I think it could go either way. What are your thoughts?
I think it's very much in the court of the Seahawks to lose. I think they're the healthier team.
It's a Seahawks game to lose. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I just think they're the healthier team. They're the more consistent team as of late in terms of what you can see on the field. JSN has played like the best offensive player in football this year. And
Offense player of the year?
Either him or McCaffrey.
We'll get into some awards predictions.
I think yeah, I give it to JSN. But I think I think this is the year. I'm becoming a believer. I'm putting my foot in the ground. My foot is in the ground. I know you can't see it. Sam Darnold is going to show himself as a prover that he can play in the playoffs. And he is not the detriment to the Seattle Seahawks this year. It is going to be a fault of other things that is not just Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
That's my prediction for this game. I think 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and maybe a turnover.
I'm kind of rooting for the Niners, though.
I would love to see the Niners win, but unfortunately, I think the Seahawks will win.
Yeah.
But I will be with you on that train. I'm rooting for the Niners.
Yeah. Sunday football on MLK weekend. We have work off on Monday.
I don't.
This is amazing. Really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
I know.
I do. I found that out yesterday. I was like,
go
let's
fuck
go.
yourself, Jonah. Respectfully, of course. Respectfully. But go fuck yourself.
3:00 Eastern. Seems kind of late. It's a weird time.
It's just because they want to do it back to back.
Yeah. It's just, it's weird time. But whatever.
I know. I agree.
35 degrees out in Foxborough this weekend, where the Texans are taking on the Patriots. It's the Pats.
I'll be completely honest. When I woke up this morning and I saw the score, I shit my pants a little bit.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, 36.
And then I've let the day happen. And then I've thought about it. And I've put in... Nico Collins is out. He's probably he's not gonna play, probably. He is because he was carted off the field with a concussion last night.
Well, I did not know that.
He was carted off the field, and Justin Watson, I think one of their defense players, was also removed from the game with a concussion and most likely will also be out.
Let's see. I'll pull up their injuries right now.
I think in terms of the clear matchup is obviously Drake.
Watson's questionable, has been ruled out for the remainder of Monday's game. Nico Collins is questionable. So nothing too new, but yes.
I think
if you get carted off, that's got to be pretty...
That's what I'm thinking, especially with a concussion.
Yeah.
With this, the main focus obviously is going to be Drake versus the defense of the Texans. That's clearly what the matchup everybody's wanting to see.
If the offensive line can
hold
their own, it'll be fine.
Exactly. If the offensive line for 5 drives can hold their own and just maintain a presence, and the receivers can get open and the backs can find space, whatever it is. I just don't trust this offense from the Texans enough to where I can see them putting up, if the Patriots put up 28 points, it was the same thing with the Niners versus the Eagles. It was the same thing as, who was the other matchup that you were saying? The Bills. If the Bills could put up 20, I think the magic number for both for the Patriots and the Bills is 28. 4 touchdowns. If you can score 4 touchdowns against these respective defenses,
1.25. Come on.
You can win this game pretty handily. Not handily, but I think you can win this game. This defense for the Texans does scare the shit out of me. I'm not going to deny that. I'm worried a little bit about how our O-line performed the other night, but I think they're going to be more ready. I think they are. Mm-hmm. I think they were punched in the face a little bit by the Chargers. They know the quality that Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, especially off the edges, are going to bring. But I got the Patriots. I really do. And I understand that's a homer pick. I'd rather be a homer than somebody who doesn't believe in my football team. Patriots have gotten this far because they are a good team. I understand that there are questions still on the road, or just in their road ahead of them overall. Mm-hmm. But if you can go in to Foxborough and walk out of there possibly hosting your championship game, or going to Denver with 2 back-to-back wins against 2 much better defenses and that have prepped you for the Broncos, I think that puts the Patriots in the great spot. And also 2 defenses that have gotten them ready for how much better, or what to really see when they're going to be facing the Bills. So give me the Patriots. I got a score of 28-17 in that one.
I love that.
I got to believe in my guys. That's all I got to say.
That I'm taking the Patriots as well. I'm going to take them 24-13.
Love that.
Yeah. No, everything that you just said, if the offense line can just hold their own and they can get some touchdowns, I don't think CJ Stroud, especially if Nico Collins doesn't play, I don't think they'll be able to score more than... Did
you see the Christian Kirk thing on First Take this morning?
Yes, dude.
That's really tough. That's
That
really
is
fucking
tough. I
tough.
got the tweet. I was like, Stephen A. Come on, man.
I mean, respectfully,
Ugh.
what the fuck are you doing, Stephen A? That's the dumbest. I understand it. I
Ugh.
understand a Freudian slip every once in a while, but that's tough.
Yeah, but
It was gonna happen at some point, unfortunately.
yeah. But yeah, give me the Patriots.
Charlie Kirk.
All right.
We carry the flame. Final
Yeah, give
matchup.
me the Pats. Yeah.
Final matchup, Jonah. Rams.
Final matchup.
Going
Rams
to Chicago.
to Chicago. The
For
Windy City. I was looking at going.
matchup.
I was looking at going. Tickets $2,000. I'm out. I'm not going. Kickoff. Yeah, and weather, it's looking like it's going to be a whopping maybe -1 wind chill at kickoff. A little chilly there in the Windy City. Peep the hat. Okay, so this is my thought process the past couple of days. The Bears have had a successful season. They went from a 5-win team to an 11-win team. New head coach, won the division, beat the Packers twice, won a playoff game, first time since 2011, and that game you beat your biggest rival ever. Maybe one of the greatest rivalries in sports, definitely top 3, probably the Green Bay Packers.
Worst case scenario, top 5.
Yeah. Caleb sets all-time record for passing yards in a season. He sets a record for 4,000 yards regular season and postseason combined. They had an unbelievable season. The fact that they got this far, I don't think anyone thought that, except for me. You don't think anyone thought they could make it to the divisional round?
I'm not. That reaction is. I understand that was a poorly taken reaction. This is more so me inferencing what I think you're about to say.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if they lost this game.
Okay.
So if they lost this game, I still think the season is a huge success. I'm still rolling with the Bears, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lost.
You're more so just you're monologuing, you're prefacing how happy you are of this team and the progress that has been made.
Yes, you can see it from last year to this year.
I would say the same thing about the Patriots.
And if they lost, I'm not going to be super upset about it. However, I think they will still win the game.
Counter. I think you still will be upset, but I think you will be still ultraly as proud.
Yeah.
And that is completely okay. It's more so I have the issue with people who are like, season's a failure because we didn't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. No, you still got to look at the season of success. Look at Ben Johnson, probably going to be in the Coach of the Year talk. I mean, just look at everything they've done. That given, though, Trevor can't play outside.
He can't?
Here's a fun stat for you.
He hates the cold weather.
This season, Matthew Stafford's stats this season was 65% completion, 4,700 yards, 46 TDs, and 8 interceptions. He's played 2 games this season, not in a dome where the temperature is below 50 degrees. 60% completion, 512 yards, 4 TDs, 5 picks. Kickoff, it's going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be cold. It's going to be in the negatives, wind chill. I don't think the Rams are ready for this cold weather.
What 2 games?
That they played under 50 degrees.
Because that's really what got me. Because I was like, all right, they played the Eagles in Philly. They played Carolina in Carolina.
Let's just take a guess. Home against the Texans, at the Titans early. It was probably above. Lost at Philly early in the season.
Above.
Home against the Colts.
Above or dome.
Home against the Niners.
Dome.
In Baltimore, they won early in the year. Home against the Jags. Home against the Saints. At the San Francisco.
Warm.
Home against, dude, what are these games? Maybe Carolina game. I think it was raining that game. The 31-28 game early in the year. And maybe the Bucs game, it might have been raining and under 50. Because the other ones are, unless the Seattle game.
Oh, I think it was Seattle. Seattle was around 46, I want to say.
Yeah, but then they played the Lions in a dome. They played Falcons in a dome and the Cardinals in a dome. They've only played outside 1, 2,
5 times.
4, 5, 6 times. And almost all those were at the beginning of the year when it was still pretty warm. So they're not ready for this cold weather that they're going to get hit with in Chicago. And that is the sole reason why I'm taking the Bears to win, is because of the weather factor. The Bears, they're built for the cold. The Packers, they're built for the cold. That's why you saw it didn't really affect them too much in any of the games that they played. It was freezing. I think it's going to affect the Rams
You're going to have a lot of Cali boys coming in, and
they're not going to be ready. Rams are a 3.5-point favorite in this game.
Damn.
The disrespect, but it is what it is. Go Bears, and I'm hoping the Niners win so the Bears host the NFC Championship game.
Be sick. Jonah, I got bad news.
You're taking the Rams.
Taking the Bears! It's right there. No, there's no other line that's near the Rams. It's just one straight line under the Bears. I am taking the Bears. Agreed on the cold weather, but I just think in what I saw from the Panthers, show was the fact that the Rams are extremely beatable.
That's what I was saying. I think
it's just like you just can't. If you control the ball, if you take care of the ball well, and you play solid defense, your team is going to be fine. It's like it's not so much the focus with the Rams is you can't hope to stop them every time. They're going to score. There's going to be a couple possessions where they score. It's just, can you capitalize when they fuck up?
Yeah.
If you can do that, you have very much chance to win because you're going to get about the same amount of possessions. They're going to punt sometimes. It's not going to be perfect every time.
Did you see the Bears didn't punt once against the Packers? I was like, what the hell? That was one for on 4th down twice, which was stupid.
It was more than twice, but.
No, well, the way they had one on their own 30, and then they had the one on inside the 20 where he
I'm
threw
like
the pick.
90% sure they had 4 4th down attempts.
They might have, but I know 2 of them were really, really bad.
I agree, but I'm just saying.
Where I'm like, you should have punted one of them. One of them I understood. You were like, you're in their half. It was like on the 10-yard line. And they had a terrible play design. And the other one was just, I don't know why you're going for it on your own 30. Thankfully, they only got a field goal out of it. But yeah, it's going to come down to the mistakes. If they can capitalize on the mistakes. You saw even in that game, the Packers fumbled 3 times and the Bears didn't get a single one. I'm like, okay, you get one. Yes, they still won the game, but huge momentum shift right there.
Yeah.
So if you can capitalize a touchdown off a Stafford pick or something, whatever it is, I think the Bears can win this game.
I think the one thing, though, I have to say it, this is probably the most complete team that the Bears will be facing from top to bottom in terms of overall talent. We're talking a top-tier defense, top-tier offense. So very much still,
it'll be a good test.
Still feel
good,
but it will be a test for sure.
Yeah.
Final football game we're going to dive into, Miami, Indiana. We're just going to go quick into this.
Oh, okay.
Hoosiers?
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
They probably will. They destroyed Oregon.
Will. They murdered Oregon.
I'm rooting for Miami.
I want to preface something. Shout out my boy Weston. I was at his house this past weekend, or Friday night. Watched the Oregon game with them. To also preface, Jonah, they are Oregon fans because their daughter Riley goes to Oregon.
Yikes.
I said my prediction of 28-17, kind of just being safe. I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to say I think it's going to be 42-8. I was going to be an asshole. But I knew it was going to be bad. The silence that was in that room on that pick six.
First play of the game.
I literally ripped my phone out and I started tweeting. I said,
I'm pulling it up.
What, the tweet that I posted?
Did you put it on Triple Threat?
I did. Let me see if I can just find it real quick.
Damn, you tweeted a lot.
I tweet a lot, dude. I'm trying to tell you, man. Oh my God. And an Indiana pick 6 to start the game. Oh my Lord.
Did you tweet during the Bears game?
I think I did a little bit, but I think I might have wait, what did I say? I said Caleb Williams got rage baited.
That's crazy. That's the only tweet you had for the game?
No, I had another one, but I said, this game is unreal. Caleb Williams, man or mouse? I then quote tweeted, said, man, very much man. And then I said, Jordan Love, man or mouse? And then I said, and the Bears are going to the divisional round. What a comeback.
Yeah, I think Indiana probably wins this game.
I got Indy.
That Ole Miss.
Trinidad Chambliss, the quarterback.
Well, who are they playing again? I'm trying to.
Miami.
Yeah, right. That was PI at the end. Would you agree?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Whatever.
Is what it is. Alex Bregman to the Cubs. I want to die. Need to be said. Jonah's happy as hell. Jonah is a Mariners fan now. He's not a Cubs fan. He aligned.
I'm a Cubs fan.
He said his allegiance is with a Mariners fan.
No, I did not.
Text right?
I did not, because I
now.
said I'm joking. No, because look at what I said. I said I was joking.
Were you though?
Yes, I was. I was making a joke. I said, "Nah, for real though. Got to pick my LL team for the year." I said, thinking Cubs and Sox, obviously. And you even loved the message. I said, "Nah, for real though." I was just making a joke.
I thought
Come
you were
on.
saying like, nah, for real. I had to pick a team.
No, I was saying like, "Nah, for real though." Like, gotta pick a team. I was making a joke with Seattle
I think you would be a big Brian Wu guy though.
guy.
Nah,
I'm
but
Cubs and Sox.
Alex
Cubs and
Bregman to
Sox,
the Cubs.
baby.
I want to die. Rafael Devers is not a Red Sox. Alex Bregman is not a Red Sox. So what do I get? Pain and torture. The Red Sox haven't spent a single dollar this offseason. Do you want to know who else? Do you want to know who else hasn't spent a single dollar this offseason?
The Rockies.
Nobody. No, they spent money, Jonah.
Really?
They got
We spent money?
somebody. They got
Who?
Michael Lorenzen to come pitch for them. He's actually not
Don't
that
know
bad.
who that is.
That's fine. He was good about
Is he-
3 years ago. But back
Perfect.
to the factor of this. The Red Sox are a joke. John Henry, you fucking suck. Sam Kennedy, rotten hell. And Craig Breslow, this is directly to you. I have a special vision that there are 3 thrones in hell, specifically. One is for the devil, the other is for Hitler. The third one is for you. You can go rot. You fucking suck. Sorry, Dad, for my rant. It had to be done. I hate you, Craig Breslow. Like, why? No, they don't deserve it. Jonah, stats.
Let me see if I can find some real quick. Thought I had a couple. Let me see if I can find them again. Wow, I cannot find any. Oh, here's a funny one. Caleb Williams has 7 fourth-quarter comebacks this season, including playoffs, the most in NFL, most of the season by any quarterback under the age of 25 in NFL history.
Damn, it's pretty good.
The Bears were down 21-6 when Alex Bregman signed to the Cubs. They scored 25 points after winning their first playoff game since 2010.
All right, everybody, we really appreciate you listening to this.
Did you know Matt LaFleur was on the coaching staff for
I
the
did
Atlanta
know
Falcons when they blew 28-3 leads? So he's good at blowing leads in the playoffs. Here's a good one. First career playoff game. Tom Brady, Drake May. Result, win. Tom Brady yards, 328. Drake May, 334. Completion percentage, Brady 61.5, Drake May 58.6. Total touchdowns 1-1, interceptions 1-1. Drake May is the next Tom Brady.
That's been well established. Well, he's the first Drake May.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find any other ones real
I think I saw something where it was like Drake May was like the first player in NFL history with 250 plus passing yards and 50 plus rushing yards in their first ever playoff win or something. And they're in their first playoff game. There's something pretty crazy in terms of a stat.
Quick little rewind here. Remember last season when the Bears played the Texans and CJ Stroud tried to like little bro Caleb Williams be like, "You're going to be great. You're going to do good things in this league, blah, blah, blah." Do you remember that clip at the end of the game?
Who was
CJ Stroud?
I do remember that, yeah.
Do you remember that Caleb's like, yep, like, fuck you. Yep, whatever. Since that moment, I have some side-by-side comparison stats for you. Games played, CJ 29, Caleb 32. Passing yards, CJ about 6,200 to Caleb 7,200. TDs, CJ has 36, Caleb has 47. Turnovers, CJ's 24 to Caleb's 17. Completion percentage, 63 to Caleb's 60. And overall rating, an 88.5 to Caleb's 91.2.
The only thing
Funny how that aged.
The only thing I would say is probably the yards would maybe even up just with the games played evening up. But other than that, like the rest of the stats is just such a gap and everything.
Yeah, kind of fun. I love it. Do you think that Jordan should sign Caleb Williams to a marketing or just like a deal? Because, I mean, he literally made the Jumpman logo on his pass. He's in Chicago. Come on, it's there. I think that would be sick.
Let me see here. I don't know. Because he doesn't have a. I mean, sure, I think it'd be sick.
It's so fitting. Chicago, Jordan. Come on, it's right in front of us. Just give it to us.
But
man.
I just know they're not doing football like that as much anymore.
I know it sucks, but they should.
I did just look and see who a brand that they might be linked with, Caleb might be linked with for potential signing, New Balance.
Interesting.
Think about that as your marketing department. Cooper Flag, Caleb Williams,
Bukayo
Shohei
Saka.
Ohtani, Bukayo Saka, Cameron Brink.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey,
Jamal Murray?
Jamal Murray, Kawhi.
Boardman?
Oh my gosh.
Or you could
That'd
go
be interesting.
Puma, LaMelo,
LaMelo,
Tyrese,
Caleb.
Caleb.
Yeah, that's kind of all the stats I have for right now.
Fair enough.
Just some fun ones.
Jonah, any final words?
Yes, I have a hot take.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah. Did you tell?
So I was at the Nuggets Bucks game on Sunday night. It's a good game. Giannis played well. I think he ended with 30 something points. I'm gonna pull it up because I want to be accurate here. But it was around 30, 10, and 8. But I was like, this team sucks, dude. They have nobody. Giannis has no help.
Yeah. You'd be correct.
Giannis ended the game 10 for 17, 31 points, 11 assists, 10 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers, 10 for 14 on free throws. He's shot so many free throws in that game. I'm looking at the team. I'm like, okay, you have Miles Turner was your big guy you went out to get this offseason. He's been okay, but it's not what they wanted. Then they have Kevin Porter Jr., AJ Green, Ryan Rollins, bench, Bobby Portis, Kuzma, Gary Harris, and Gary Trent Jr. Other than that,
Are you
no one really
basically
plays.
asking why are the Bucks so trash?
No, I'm telling you how they're going to get better.
Listening.
Unfortunately, this year they are paying Damian Lillard $54 million.
That is what I was going to say is what's keeping him from being
gone next season. But I think the piece that will make the Bucks good again is them trading for Ja Morant. Ja Morant, they've said they'd be, we just saw Trae Young get traded. I think the Grizzlies says yeah, nothing's off the table with Ja. I'm not sure he's really loving it there. The Bucks need another piece to pair around Giannis unless they want him to leave because you're 17 and 22 and you have one of the best players arguably in NBA history.
He did say he's planning on retiring there.
Yeah, but he might have just been saying that. You never know.
I understand.
He said he's not an ask for a trade. You don't know what his agent's doing behind the scene.
All
I'm saying is, if you want to win and you want him to be happy and stay, you go get a point guard like Ja Morant, who is a good option, so the defense doesn't just focus all their attention on Giannis. When I was watching the game, they were just double teaming Giannis every single time because you know why? No one else on the team can play basketball. Go get a guy like Ja Morant who can run the offense, be a true point guard, what Damian Lillard failed to do with them because he was so old with them.
What's the trade?
Get a young guy. I was looking at that earlier. It's tough because he's on about a $40 million year deal, and the only players that come close to that, aside from Giannis, is Kyle Kuzma at 20. I assume you want to keep Miles Turner. You want to have Miles Turner, Giannis, and Ja. That's what you feel like you want to build around.
Probably.
You'd have to get rid of Kyle Kuzma, who's on about a $20 million. But then the problem is Porter, Green, Rollins, Harris, Trent, they're all making $2 to $4 million each. Unless you want to package up, and I don't know how much salary they would have open if they could eat up some salary. Let's say they got to 30 and they could eat up, an extra 10 on the trade. And maybe throw in a couple first, maybe 2 first-round picks. I think it's doable. You go Kuzma and maybe another player or 2 and some first, and you get Ja Morant.
If only this
what are your
year,
thoughts?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I like it. I do like it. I think it is
because who else is gonna go? Who else is going to Milwaukee as a free agent?
Yeah,
Nobody.
That's fair. That's fair.
They're gonna have to trade, and they need another piece because it's clearly not working.
But I think
you need something to pair with Giannis because Giannis is one of the best players in the NBA.
Of course, I agree. I just think in terms of this, I just think it is really tough in the regard of if it wasn't the contract issue, then I would be all in on. The reason why
Well, sucks is Giannis is also making 60.
Yeah, and that's the part where it kind of fucks you. I think with this, it does sound nice, but you're just trading you also I don't know, because his contract, he's in the middle of a contract, middle of a three of a 5-year deal. It looks great. It looks enticing. It's just the trade I feel is just too impossible. You're not gonna sit there and be
it's a tough one.
like, obviously none of this would be an issue if it wasn't for the Damian Lillard contract, and then you could, like, have another player or two who are, like, in $10 million range, and then you could make it an asset sort of
Well,
thing.
that's what I'm saying. That'll be gone after this year, so they'll have that cap freed up next year.
Yeah, no, I agree, but then it's like, okay, now we're just gonna sign players to trade for Ja sort of thing. I think they would
I don't. Yeah.
I think
At least you could just cash considerations. You could just give them cash.
true.
I don't know. It's an interesting
Here, hold on.
theory. I just feel like they need something else to build around Giannis.
Trying to see here. I want to see if I can find okay. So some players that will be available in free agency. James Harden.
I was looking at.
No, I'm kidding.
There's not many great ones. LeBron.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Hold on. Wait.
There's not great free agents this year. I literally looked at this the other night.
Anthony Simons.
I looked at this when I was at the game. I was looking at it. I was like, there's no one that they can get.
Yeah, that's tough. No, yeah, I like that move. I like that move. It's just tough. It's just tough financially to do it, but I respect it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Quick Celtics talk. Did you watch the game last night?
I watched a little bit of it, or I was watching it basically like
illegal screen.
Yeah, illegal screen. And he was right. They came out,
and then he also hooked him.
Yeah. No, they came out today and they said he was right.
So bogus, whatever. Celtics drop another one.
Is what it is.
Jaylen Brown MVP.
Jaylen didn't play, so, and we still busted, and we still nearly beat them, and they still had to. I don't know. I don't really care.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
Big game for Man City this weekend. Manchester Derby versus United. Saturday morning. Gonna be a big one. City just signed Semenyo for, I think it was around 80 million. 60 to 80 million, something like that. Scored already twice. Do you even know who that is? Nope. All right. That's fine. They won today in the Carabao Cup semifinals against Newcastle 2-0.
Nice.
Huge, getting that second leg at home with a 2-0 lead. Yeah, we're making a push. But yeah, big game this weekend. Yeah, that's about it.
Fair enough. Well, that is all, everybody.
I'm excited for MLB season to start. Yes, it is. I am so excited. The Red Sox come here in June. I'm going to go.
I bet you are, Jonah. I bet you are. Tickets will be
$5. It's the Rockies. They'll probably have already lost 40 games by then.
By June? Shit, dude. They might be at like 60. Let's throw them the Jordan shrug. All right. Well, that is all. We appreciate you for listening to this episode. We will see you all next week. Follow along the journey on the socials, the Instagram, TikTok, X. You know where to find us. Go Patriots. Go Bears.
Go Pats.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Can't wait. We'll see you all next week for another episode. And until then, peace out.